What is up, guys? It is a beautiful day outside here in Florida. Today, well, my office kind of stinks. So most of you guys know I do have the king cobras in here, even the big one. I did get a meal in him. He did decide to use the bathroom, and when king cobras decide to use the bathroom, it does absolutely stink because it is remains of another snake, usually. I definitely wanted to film this episode because a lot of comments on the first episode I had posted because people think they know everything because they see other YouTubers do certain things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my king cobras and what I plan on doing with them. So this video is going to be a little all over the place. Hopefully you guys do learn something from it. Okay, so I do have a black sheet over his cage just because I don't want him striking the glass or getting too stressed out or anything like that. Now, before I do continue this video, I do want to share with you guys, I do finally have merch for sale. It will be in the description of this video and every video after this one. And keep checking it because I'm constantly uploading more. Before I get this video uploaded, I'm probably going to do some more and some more after it as well. So I do finally have merch for sale. If you guys do want to check it out, it'll be in the description below. But I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Oh, he's out already. Perfect. What's up, buddy? So he is actually hanging out right now. There he is. Hey, how's your face looking? Oh, doesn't look too bad. So I had filmed an entire episode with him after the first episode I had posted. I pulled him out, pulled off all the stuck shed. I was very angry when I filmed that episode. My Patreons did get to see it. You guys will not. Because of a lot of the comments and things that were said on the first video, which none of them are true. A lot of people hear other YouTubers say certain things and think that they are correct just because they have a big following when they're actually very, very wrong. And I was very upset because I hate when you guys are told the wrong information because realistically I'm here to educate you guys on animals that you probably know nothing about. Some people do know a lot about them, but others do not. So, your face is looking a little better. But I did get him to eat a red-tailed green rat snake, which is a native snake from where they come from. Those snakes are like candy to them, candy for a little kid. They absolutely love them. It is a very natural native snake that they do eat. If they're not eating those, there's many different snake species they do eat, including reticulated pythons. Now these king cobras that I do have are Malaysian king cobras. That's it, just Malaysian king cobras. These guys don't eat things like Burmese pythons in the wild, but they will eat reticulated pythons. But again, lots of different snake species they do eat, but the red-tailed green rat snakes, by far their favorite. So, as you can see, everything in the cage is a little moved around. This house is here, that house is turned in the back. Now the reason why is because when I put the snake in there, the snake gave him quite a fight. So their venom is very toxic to us, and other mammals, things like that. But when it comes to snakes, their venom is not actually very toxic to them. It takes a very long time for their venom to actually kill another snake. That's why in the wild, when these guys are actually going after reticulated pythons, that's why sometimes the reticulated pythons can kill the king cobras because it'll strangle them before the venom actually takes effect. Buddy. Let me see if I can get this moved. It's just a hide, you don't want to bite that. Hi. Come out. So I do have another meal for him today. He is hopefully, I'm going to be trying to give him a ball python today that was given to me for him. I've had this particular ball python for about a week now, living in a cage with two other red-tailed green rat snakes. Now the whole reason behind that is because I'm trying to get the smell of the red-tailed green rat snakes on the ball python. Okay, you're okay. So he does not like hooks at all, as you can see, but most wild caught snakes do not. Oh. Just like if you guys have seen the Lilith episode, she did not want to stay on a hook to save her life. Again, wild caught snake. Now I do have a double hook that I will use for him once he is out of quarantine, but right now this is my quarantine hook, so this is what he gets. Now, that he did poop. Let's go ahead and move him over here. I do want to just double check on his poop. I got to change his water. I'm going to mix his bedding up, all that fun stuff. I'm going to probably pull his poop apart, but I'm not going to show you guys that just because I want to check it to see if I can physically see any parasites. Now, after this next meal, I'm actually going to be taking a sample of it to my buddy who also just did our foxes, and I'm going to do a fecal sample on this snake as well, just to double check to see if he's got any parasites. But I wanted to get some meals of him first before we do that, so hopefully he'll eat this ball python. Okay, so his cage is all clean, fresh new water, hides are back where they're supposed to be. I have one on the colder side and one on the warmer side. He usually likes to hang out under the hide on the warmer side, so that's really cool. For those of you guys that are patrons, or if you've been thinking about Patreons, or becoming a patron I should say, we added a new tier yesterday. We will be adding another new tier tonight, so definitely check those out, guys. We'll be updating a lot of the tiers here soon. I really think you guys are going to like some of the new tiers that we're coming up with. So go check that out if you haven't already. If you were thinking about becoming a Patreon, I guarantee you guys will like it. Now, I gotta put him back in there, and the whole reason why I'm trying to give him a ball python now, after it's been living with these snakes, is so that hopefully I can continue to get more ball pythons and put them in there with those two snakes. I'm gonna try and keep these two red-green rat snakes I have alive. They've both eaten for me already, which is awesome. I have a male and a female. But then hopefully I can put ball pythons in with them and then freeze them in order to start getting him onto frozen thawed snakes. Now eventually, yes, I want to get him on eating rats, but I also want to get him eating certain pieces of chicken, maybe turkey necks, because that's actually really good for them. Now, a lot of people say it's bad to feed king cobras rats. That is not true. It's bad when you give them multiple rats. It's the same thing as giving them a snake that is way too big. So in the wild, these guys eat snakes that are all different sizes. Obviously, the big snakes aren't going to eat tiny little snakes, but they will eat snakes anywhere from 3 foot to 10 foot when they're 15 feet long. So they eat a variety of sizes. They're not eating, giant snakes every single week. If you actually do that in captivity, it's very bad for the snake, and you can actually get them very overweight and give them liver problems. It's the same thing as if you give them too many rats back to back to back. A lot of people will put a certain amount of rats together because they think, oh, it's as long as a snake, he can eat it now. That's not true. It's actually very bad for them. So I'm going to be trying to give them a mixed diet. So I want to try and get them to rats. They're still going to be getting snakes. I'm going to also try and get them to eat chicks. The next thing I'm working on the babies is trying to get them to eat chick legs. So it gives them a mixed diet, which is a lot healthier and better for them. I can't necessarily find baby snakes right now for the kings, so they're going to stay geckos, and I'm going to try to get them to the chick legs and pinkies and back and forth. So let's go ahead and put him back now. So he's actually, come over here, he's actually just kind of hanging out on the bottom, all coiled up. You can see his chevron slightly, which are those yellow colored bands going down his back. So let's go ahead and pull him out now. I'm going to put him back in the cage. We're going to wait probably about 20-30 minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and try and feed him that ball python. Now I gave him the first meal. It was relatively rough. Hey buddy. Now, I am being extremely careful right now because of COVID-19 or the coronavirus, whatever it is you guys would like to call it. It is not too smart to be handling too many snakes right now. Only for the fact that the hospitals are overwhelmed with cases, especially where I am here in Florida. There's a lot of cases here in my area. So I'm trying to be extremely careful. A lot of venomous keepers I know are being hands-off right now, but sometimes you absolutely cannot be like this guy. I did not want his cage stinking, since it is in my office, for the next couple of weeks. Come on, buddy. There you go. Back in you go. this so I can close his cage up. Alright. Perfect. So now he's got a nice and clean cage. Next we're gonna feed him. Alright guys, so out here on the patio I do have the cage that I'm keeping the feeder stuff in for the king cobra. So right here, which it looks like she wants to, or it wants to bite me, is the ball python. It's a spider ball python. It was left somewhere and was given to me for king cobra food. And then I have the red-tailed green rat snake and then the silver rat snake right there in the corner. So the ball python and the silver did just eat rats. I'm gonna keep these two alive for right now. These guys are like candy to king cobras. So I'm gonna try the ball python. Hopefully he does eat it and I can get him 2 pythons, which will be a lot easier for me. But I'm still going to, like I said, try and get him 2 rats and other things besides just pythons. So because yesterday it did eat a rat, it does have this smell of rats on its lips, so that's completely okay and a good thing. So the snake will hopefully start to get the smell of rats used to him. But yeah, so we're gonna go feed this guy to to the king cobra. So this is the first attempt of something other than his natural diet, snake diet that is. I'm hoping after this I can get him to go to frozen thawed. So this is the last live snake I'll be giving him, and then I'm gonna try frozen thawed after this. So this is a learning experience. Hopefully he does take this snake because it's been in the cage with the native snakes for him. So he looks kind of interested, but not really sure. He shot out in a hurry. So he's definitely excited about it. But I don't think he seems too interested in it right now. He's still thinking about it. Again, these animals are incredibly intelligent. So I might have to feed him the silver rat snake. Oh, maybe. He's thinking about it, but it's something he's never seen before. So I'm gonna leave this snake in there with him for about 20 minutes. Hopefully he does eat it. Not really sure if he's going to. If he doesn't, I'm gonna pull it out and try and feed him the silver rat snake from over there. He's more concentrated on me, so I'm gonna leave him be. But I did have footage of the last snake he ate, so I'll throw that up on the screen for you guys. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Big thank you to my Patreons. You guys are awesome. Again, new tiers out on Patreon, so you guys can go check that out if you are maybe interested. Also, I do have merch available. You guys can check that out as well. And over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be designing a bunch of new merchandise, so you guys can check out. Also incorporating my photography into that as well. Now, in the description, you can find everything you need to follow me on social media, as well as my photography, my merchandise, and also Patreon. Subscribe if you are not already, smash that like button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!